I don't listen to the far left. I just slap them and ignore what they say.
Hello everyone, I'm in Moulins Earlier. And pay attention, right now, a 3-day show is being organized here that tells the history of France. But this show has caused controversy. Many articles have come out in the press, and in fact, a protest is being organized against this show. We're going to try to understand why. Let's go, follow me. What happened is that I met this young man, Valentin, at the entrance there. And actually, let's be honest, you're playing the German soldier. Because it's a mural that tells the history of France since
2,000 years. We start with the Gauls.
The Gauls, all right.
And we finish with the Second World War. So I have the bad role, well, partly because I don't only play that, but people know me here because I'm the German officer. I have the bad cap, you know.
Okay, but you're central to the show. You're in it, you play inside. The main criticism against this show is that it's a biased show. It's an ideological show that wants to convey a far-right message. What's the truth?
The truth is that actually these are people who, they're locals who are passionate about France, about the history of France. And actually, they want to keep the heritage alive, they want to keep history alive, they want to have fun, and above all, they want to delight people too. We have many spectators coming tonight, tomorrow and the next day. We want them to leave saying something amazing happened here in Moulins.
I know acting isn't really your thing, Valentin, since you're an actor. But one of the main points of controversy is Sterin's money, because Sterin partly financed this show. Obviously, that made the local left and far left jump.
Actually, it's against the far right, and in the story, it's the far right. A billionaire, Pierre-Edouard Sterin, who is really very national rally, you know, and he's funding this show. It's called Murmures de la Cité. That's extreme. We're fighting far-right infiltration and facing death threats from them against a union official from the Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees. That's it.
What do you think about that, about this aspect of things?
I always wonder why we look so far and politicize things. He gave some money, okay, but I want to say the left could have funded it too. It's always, well, why weren't they there in that case? When we asked for funds, why weren't they there? And then besides that, it doesn't affect the show or the direction or, well, that's it, the people here. I don't even know. I don't know what people think. We don't know their political views. And honestly, we don't really care.
You haven't seen a political commissar from Sterin arrive and tell you to censor this part of French history.
No, but again, the thing is, we came here mainly to have a good time, you know. We're locals, we came here to enjoy ourselves. Politics kind of blew up on its own. I mean, at first, we just came here to, you know, to make some childhood dreams come true. Like, I'm going to put on a knight's armor and then I'm going to meet Louis XIV and all that. That's really all it was at the beginning. The fact that it snowballed afterwards, that it turned into a controversy, well, we didn't really have control over that. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Valentin.
With great pleasure.
I'm going to keep walking around this very beautiful place. Look how well it was chosen. Look how it was chosen with such taste. We're here in a former cavalry barracks, my friends, of the French army. We can see some costumes. Where is the scene, actually?
The stage is the space in front of you.
Okay, it's... all right. Okay, I see.
It's really... The entire courtyard, once the center's martial court serves as the stage.
Okay, all right. So you're going to perform there?
Yeah, that's right, on the entire courtyard there.
So, okay, so it's not a theater stage then. Here we are. It's a sound and light show recreating the history of France.
Actually, it's a live show where we tell the story, but we don't have time to do a full recreation.
It's not a documentary?
This isn't a documentary. We're not doing a historian's work. We're covering France's history, but we have to be brief. 2,000 years in 90 minutes means we'll obviously...
It's Puy du Fou style, if I understood right?
Yeah, kind of like that, yeah. Yeah, kind of like that, yeah. In the Bourbonnais.
All right, okay.
Hello, Vincent.
How are you?
Well, I'm doing great.
Well, wow. That's impressive what you're doing there.
Thanks. I'll take off my glasses.
How did you pull off that masterstroke?
Why did we succeed? Mainly because the collective dynamic prevailed. It's true that, unfortunately, a lot of French people today deny France's history, but alongside that, yeah, we have this collective dynamic. We proposed a project that, in fact, was based on 3 pillars. A pillar of unity, a pillar of transmission, and then a pillar that's actually complementary to the one of unity. We're against all these partisan quarrels we see everywhere. We need to stop them and unite around something that brings us together. Today at Murmures de la Cité, we are united by France's history. Some call that a national narrative and criticize it, but we embrace it. We need one. We need a common thread to connect our contemporaries with everything that came before us so that we can move forward. There you go. We love this beautiful common thread.
So precisely, you're accused of being biased. That's the whole point.
They miss the point when we discuss bringing people together, passing things on or paying tribute. When we talk to them about economic development, when we talk to them about tourism, when we talk to them about light, these people bring us back to class struggle, bring us back to patriarchy, to cancel culture, to, we're tired of you Catholics and so on. And actually, well, we say, first of all, we don't ask our extras, our volunteers, what they believe in or who they vote for before they become extras. We say, come as you are. We don't ask who, what, or why you are or your background. No, we just ask you to say hello, to respect the people around you, and to want to simply to do something beautiful and great together.
Hello? Is everything going well? Nothing to report? What are you expecting today?
We're just here to watch people, not expecting anything.
Yeah, but are you expecting that there will be people coming in a hostile way?
We'll set those people aside for now. No, but we'll see.
They're up there. But, well, now listen, it's nonsense, that's all for me.
So they're basically saying this is a fascist gathering.
It's shameful to see this. We can't do anything anymore. We organize things now, and there are always people who come and make a mess, I think it's just a minority, They made a mess for all 3 days. There must be a reason. It's good there's a connection. Some people always show up just to cause trouble,
They're saying, since we visited them discreetly, they don't want you to use public money.
Well, us, on top of that, we don't know anything about all that. We're volunteering because there's an association that organizes this. Whether it's right, left, I don't know who, I don't know what, we participate. That's all, we don't care.
You're not getting any public money right now.
No, but I don't give a damn about that. I really don't care. Honestly, we should stop discussing that money. Good for them for making it. I hope it works out. And that's it, really. It's a first. I think it's a shame that there are people who come and criticize all this. It's really a shame.
You usually judge by facts.
Yes, exactly. They don't even know the show.
They should watch the show first before criticizing, but here, criticism comes before they've seen it.
That's it. Yes, it's before.
It's surprising.
It's before. No, but after, when you have your ideas, you have your ideas. You have blinders on, you have blinders on. You go for it, and that's it.
Oh yeah, there's a poilu. Look. There's a poilu and a cow. I never expected to say that in a report. Fries, sausages, and ice cream are each €2. Not expensive. Wine, soda, and fruit juice are €3 each. Syrup with water is €1. The prices are reasonable. They're not here to make a profit on the drinks. Look at the poster. It's beautiful, this poster, really. It's nice. That's for my graphic designer. It's for Darkhout. There you go, you see Darkhout? That's a nice thumbnail. No, I'm kidding. The thumbnails Darkhout makes for me are amazing. Look at the master. Wow. Okay, so here you see these are the seats, there's a stage. What's the story here?
The history of France, that's it, quite simply.
Are you honestly proud of France's history, sir?
Oh, well, honestly. Oh, yes, honestly. But me, I'm even doubly proud because I'm part of an association that does traditional dances and music.
Is that true?
From Bourbonnais? Yeah.
So you know how to dance the traditional dance from here?
Ah, well, yes. Guillaume asked me to supervise people with one of my dancers.
All right. What does this traditional dance look like?
Well, it's the bourrée. Men and women face each other as couples, form circles, and dance bourrées in lines and other formations.
When was that danced in France?
Well, the bourrée has always been danced, but we keep alive the traditional dances of Bourbonnais from the 1900s.
All right.
There you go, in clogs, since we're peasants.
Okay. Was it danced on Sundays?
It was danced all the time. Whenever there was an opportunity, we danced.
Is that true? Are you sure about that?
Absolutely. Right now, it's harvest time. It's the thresher. Well, in the evening, when everyone has worked hard and sweated, we all gather around a big table. The accordions and fiddles come out and everyone dances. And the next day we go back to work.
Was that the atmosphere?
That was the atmosphere. And it was a really friendly and great atmosphere.
They accuse you of telling a biased story, especially because of Sterin's funding. That's it, the main point.
Two things. First, regarding Sterin's funds, Mr. Sterin is absolutely not the sponsor of this show. We received the Common Good Funds, so now everyone knows. So there you have it. It's the Common Good Funds. It's an organization, a philanthropic body, which was founded by Mr. Sterin. I have only one thing to say. Today, to be able to bring people together, to carry out a big project like this, you need to find funding. And I thank the people who make it possible for everyone to be enthusiastic, to come together, to have all this enthusiasm, all this positive energy. I have no grievance against Mr. Sterin, and even if I did, he's helping us do something good, great and beautiful. Thank you, sir. That's it. And then about the biased view of history, of course, there is always a bias in a show, because we all have our own background, we all have a message to share. Seeing a play by Molière, for example, will result in a 21st century theatrical interpretation that is biased. Because the director might simply be woke, might be... She has a perspective, that's it. And so we have a perspective, and our perspective is just positive. Actually, it's just positive. So blaming people for having a biased view of history because they want to use history as a way to unite a people and as a way to make them proud of who they are, well, I think that's just plain stupid.
And hello, how are you? I'll sit with you there, I'm too. Did you also start the project?
Oh, no, I was an extra, and then I couldn't attend, so now I'm a dresser.
You're a dresser? There are so many costumes here.
That's right, quite a few costumes.
There's a lot of work, so what does a dresser do? It means that...
Well, as soon as people go out, as soon as the extras go out, you have to run with them to dress them quickly, since some only have a couple minutes to return to set.
Oh yeah, okay, got it. So you help them get dressed?
They rush to get dressed, undressed, and put away things, often tossing items around.
Why did you decide to do this?
Oh, it's my daughter. My little girl wanted to do this, so she saw it and said she wanted to do it, so I agreed and we all joined in.
All right.
Then it also brings something new to the region, you know. Taking part is good.
It gets people talking, actually, here in the region.
Oh, well, yes, I think so. I don't really watch the news, but I think so. Apparently, I heard it caused quite a stir. Well, you have to shake things up a bit, you have to change, get rid of the dust.
Yeah, you have to disrupt.
If you want.
Friendly atmosphere. It's true that this is really fascism. This is a 100% fascist scene. Really, we're in it right now.
When you see the criticism we've received about the biases, the historical figures we've chosen to bring to life in this show, you realize that the people who accuse us of a supposed bias, they couldn't actually bring together as many people. And those would be biases that are extremely restrictive and, on the contrary, would continue to divide the population. When we talk to them about Jeanne d'Arc, they immediately tell us that Jeanne d'Arc never existed. It's a myth. Opponents of Murmures de la Cité mention the Jeanne d'Arc myth in their press releases. When we talk to you about Napoleon who left France, what we call the granite masses, that's the civil code, that's all the educational and university institutions and so on. They say Napoleon was just someone who brought back slavery. If you want, that's their bias. And it's the bias of always wanting to find something that will make us have to hate our own history. And so we say, well, no, of course, nobody's perfect. On the other hand, we've had a lot of heroes in France. We've had a lot of people who contributed their part and made it possible for France to be what it is today. That also inspires future generations to contribute. Ensure France will become what it should be for years, inspired by its past. That is to say, a state, a nation that shines in, far beyond its borders. Afterwards, it's true that we were put under pressure with this whole campaign at the national level. People call us the Mini Puy du Fou or the Auvergne Puy du Fou, so we definitely feel the pressure. We remind ourselves, this is our first truly family-friendly show with no pretensions, let's be honest. And we know that because of all this, we're probably going to be judged pretty harshly, but that's okay. We did it with heart, and we'll be very happy to show you what we've accomplished.
You didn't happen to bring back a parking ticket, did you? I lost it from my pocket.
A parking ticket?
I have to go pick up my car that's downtown and come back here to park over there.
Where are you parked downtown?
Parking, you know, the galleries, yeah.
Oh, but it closes. It closes at 8 o'clock.
And after?
And after that, they pick it up for you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. But no, I didn't know it closed at 8 p.m. Me?
But I didn't know it closed at 8 o'clock, me.
We are at... Guys, we're not at Clermont or at... This is the Hollis parking lot. It's the Hollis parking lot.
That's right, yes.
And you are a...
I'm an extra. I'm Joan of Arc.
No, I'm standing in front of Joan of Arc.
Exactly. So, same thing. You'll see me marching with Charles VII.
All right. So Joan of Arc, is that your only role?
Only Joan of Arc because I'm wearing iron armor that's pretty heavy. I have 20 kilos on my back. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes to get me dressed. So I have to stay in my armor for the whole show because there's no way to take it off me for me to go play another character. So that's it. And I reappear at the end for the finale. That's it.
Isn't it too hot in the armor?
A little, yes. The weight, the heat, we're lucky. It's only 30 degrees, so compared to last week, it's more bearable, let's say. There you go.
Wow, look! The wheelies. I appreciate it. Scoop! I have the same one in Colombia. I have a Willys. I bought a Willys in Colombia. That's why I love it. I really love old cars like that. Awesome! But his is really well maintained. And I crossed Colombia by Jeep, my dear Thomas. With my brother, it was really an adventure. Hello, sir. Right, so what's the story here?
Well, what's the story? What story?
Why are we here together at this moment in the universe?
Me, I'm here because I know someone who, a young guy who's a volunteer in the production. He's part of the performance, so that's why I'm here.
Okay, is he acting?
He is acting, yes. And so, well, I'm going to take the opportunity to... I'm quite interested to see what kind of distortion of how the story has been twisted from a far-right perspective. That's interesting. You need to know the enemy's language. That's important. So we're going to check out this show and also to support a kid who is passionate about theatre and who got tricked like everyone else in this story. And at the same time to sharpen our weapons a bit when it comes to the language of the far right.
Do you really think there will be a distortion?
No, but there won't be anything dramatic. But it's like Puy de Feu. It's creeping in. Like you have to play on emotions, on people's relationship with history. It can make people say a lot of things. I'm sure there will be, like the baptism of Clovis, there will be Joan of Arc and stuff like that. It'll be pretty interesting to see how they're going to highlight it.
At the same time, how could they have skipped over these events that are such a big part of French history?
Constitutive of a French history, it's the same, that's what we call the national narrative. The national narrative is an ideological construction based on lots of historical facts. Then, for example, typically the baptism of Clovis isn't actually that foundational. It's a historical event where we don't really know exactly when it happened. But it's not the history of France, like France, everyone like that. And by the way, it's funny to see how under the Ancien Regime, the baptism of Clovis was very important. It was to say, this is what gives the king and the elite the legitimacy to rule France since Clovis. So the Germanic invasions, it's strange, like when we started to really clash with the Germans during the 19th century under the Second Empire, Napoleon II, what did he do? The first thing he absolutely wanted to establish was, no, we don't all descend from Clovis and the Franks, we descend from the Gauls. We aren't Germans because we're fighting them. Otherwise, we'd be fighting our own people. That's the purpose of a national narrative.
All right.
So...
The French there, so there.
Me, for now, I'm not French, me.
What are you then?
I'm American.
American. So you're a liberator then?
Exactly.
American.
We have several roles in the skit. I'll start by doing...
A man of God.
That's right. Military chaplain.
Wait, let me free your cross. Military chaplain?
That's right.
So, which era did you serve in?
Well, I could serve in the first and second. It depended on the equipment. Here, it's more like the second, a civilian cross, since military chaplains had a different one. But I don't have it.
Did they really operate in the field, in the trenches and so on?
Yes, they could. Yes, they were with their assigned regiment.
They didn't carry weapons?
No weapons. They were civilians who were hired for the most part.
Damn, that's beautiful. That's really... There's something beautiful there. That is to say, actually... There were men of God who would go with the soldiers.
On the front lines, yes.
On the front lines. Good grief.
From all faiths.
Yes, from every faith.
We forget about those ones, don't we?
A little, yes.
If we say we're all descendants of the Franks, which is false, the Franks arrived among 4 million inhabitants in the territory. There were 6,000 to 10,000 of them. And once again, the territory that now represents France. And because at the time, it wasn't France at all. When they arrived, it was the kingdom of the Franks. It became the kingdom of France only centuries later. I'm from near Savoy, which joined France much later. 200 years ago. So that's it. That's why. What is the history of France and what national story we create actually says a lot. It's interesting to see how it's presented. They'll claim France has always been Christian and Catholic, and that's crucial. But actually France now is, there are Christians and not just Christians, there are also Muslims, there are also Jews, there are atheists, there are even Buddhists, just to say.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
What are you expecting by coming here?
To have a good evening, to learn things.
Yeah.
To relax.
Is it curiosity that drives you?
Curiosity, yes. And also the fact of discovering things about the history of France that we might not know. And anyway, I come with my family and the kids so that they can see things too.
You didn't give up coming despite the controversy?
Oh, definitely not.
Is that true?
No.
And why?
Why would I have given up? If I wanted to come, I would have.
Well, people could accuse you of being in cahoots with a far-right project.
Yeah, well, intellectual terrorism, that's nice and all, but at some point, no, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work on you?
Not on me.
And why?
Because I want to see what I want to see. I want to think what I want to think. And we still have the right, in a democracy like in France, to have access to shows and cultural programs that are different from those that might be offered elsewhere.
Wearing those clothes must feel like something.
A little, yes.
Is it moving?
It's a little moving. And then we also take a posture that's a bit more in line with the outfit to try to get a little into the role.
Look, there's a little cross on the beret there.
As volunteers, we're always happy to talk about history and interact with the public. Well, when it comes to shows, it's a bit more complicated, but otherwise, we're open, to people who approach us in the street. We were able to interact with people.
Listen, thank you. Thank you both for keeping the history of France alive.
We try. We're not historians. We try to tell little anecdotes and above all, make people want to take an interest in history. They independently research, read and form their own opinions about our country's and Europe's history.
But at the same time, this narrative, no matter the political side, this narrative exists from one angle or another.
Yes, and there's also how things are presented. Plus every political side will talk more about certain figures than others, sure. But still, there are historical facts. It'll be interesting to see the historical facts, specifically how they're handled, for those I know.
But keep in mind, they're not claiming to make a documentary.
No. But exactly, they're not making a documentary. That's why they're funded by Sterin and company, precisely so they don't make a documentary. They're making a narrative.
Others have their own narratives. I don't see the problem. It's democracy.
Yes, except here the problem is that it was done secretly, and that's not democracy anymore. That's it. If it had just been said directly, like Puy de Fou does, de Villiers, he comes and he says, well, I'm a monarchist and I have a fantasy about the Vendée genocide. There's a lot to say about it. Anyway, we're not going to get into that, but it's a narrative that serves a political ideology, which for me is a problem. But then again, that's my problem.
So this show?
Well, I haven't seen it.
Not yet?
No, and I won't see it. We're behind.
So, are you from around here or not?
No, I'm from the north.
You're from the north. You're wearing a beautiful Jesus cross. Look, what's the reason for that cross?
Well, because I'm a believer.
That's suspicious, isn't it?
Maybe for you, but not me.
No, because the left says it's a show that's very focused on Catholicism.
But the left, they piss us off because if we get rid of Catholic holidays, they'll be the first to yell.
Oh, yeah?
Well, they celebrate Christmas. They celebrate Ascension. They celebrate Assumption.
They celebrate the December holidays.
They celebrate the religious holidays.
Christmas is over. We don't say Christmas anymore.
Well, I still say it.
We say happy holidays now.
No, it's more than a holiday. It's Christmas.
What I'd like to know is the France of your childhood.
The France of our childhood, people worked. Everyone wanted to work. People today only want vacations and money for doing nothing.
Is that true?
Well, that's what I see.
You don't recognize France today in 2025?
No.
Where are we going?
Well, we're heading towards nothingness.
And with our noses in the air?
All right, that's well said. That's nicely put. So here, people are settling in, obviously. There are a lot of people, right? Look, Roman soldiers. Did you recognize them? They're the Romans from Asterix, the Legion. Oh yeah, but actually, they've been going around in circles this whole time, right? They're supposed to guard the area. What they're actually saying is that what you're about to see, is a propaganda show. This gives you a particular view of French history, mainly centered on Catholicism, which, according to the left, well, is a biased view of the history of France, right?
Well, no, I mean, it's the history of France, you know. I mean, after that, I don't know. I haven't looked into the show enough and, well, so I couldn't tell you, but I don't know. In any case, I mean, if it's our history, I don't see why there should be any shame in coming and even to finance it, you know. Because, well, that's our story.
So they would say, it's a vision of our story. Ah, and there you go.
Yeah, but I think it's a vision that I like.
Ah, that's something else entirely.
So, after that, I don't know. I haven't seen the show yet. Anyway, I see myself in this kind of show. I feel like it's part of my story. Well, there you go, I thought to myself. It's kind of like a mini Puy du Fou here.
And that's cool.
Yeah, honestly, that's what it is. It's paradoxical. People in Moulins complain nothing ever happens, and it's a small town. Like, in the evening, it's dead, you know. And when there's something like this, they can't find anything positive in it. So, well, I don't know. I think it's a shame.
I'm a Pied Noir, if you want to know.
Is that true? Were you born in Algeria?
Yes, in Algiers.
What was Algeria like?
It was a beautiful country. When I returned in 2005 and 2006, it was a disaster.
Really? Seriously?
No, but it's true. It's a disaster.
Is that true?
Oh, yes. Once you leave Algiers, there's a checkpoint every 40 kilometers, then every 4 kilometers.
Why?
For security.
And in your time, how was it?
I lived through the events. It wasn't like... We didn't have the fear we have now.
Oh, yes, that's true. Was it calmer?
Ah, well, yes.
There was still the war, though.
But the war. We had our workers, we worked with them, and things always went well. If we saw one of our workers praying, we let him pray. Here they want to impose their religion on us, that's all, and it's happening quickly.
Yes, but at the same time, someone could say it was a colonial project, that it wasn't right to be there, that it was...
Maybe it wasn't right, but it's not my fault. Me, if my grandfathers went there in 1880.
They say it's a crypto-fascist show.
I don't even know what that means.
It's a far-right show that promotes disgusting ideas.
No way, you're talking nonsense.
That's what I've read here and there.
No, you know, you already know the answers, so why ask me?
Your opinion?
You know, but we are. There are Islamo-leftists everywhere, so just as much in your Hamuna as elsewhere, so...
Oh, really? Here too?
Well, obviously.
And don't you fall into that category of Islamo-leftists?
Do I look like it? Do I look like it?
I'd like to hear more about your ideas and your thoughts on France's current state.
Well, it's too sad to talk about.
And why? But go ahead now. I'm walking with you.
But you know very well that it's too sad.
What's happening in France today?
It's a disaster, and we can't go against it. We're surrounded by Islamo-leftists who are marrying our children. Well, not mine, but still it happens. You know it's a disaster. But Jean-Michel Becker complained, right?
But ma'am...
Very violently, very violently.
Ma'am.
Jean-Michel Becker said that we were catastrophically overrun by the left, that's all. The leftists.
But did you vote all these years?
Yeah, well, I didn't vote like that.
Even if it was the left that funded it, it doesn't matter. Also later
No, because the left is good.
Yeah, well, people on the right would say it's good too.
That's what the left thinks, you know? No, if we do this show, it'll be the history of France from the right perspective. The real history of France.
Yes, but if that's the case, it's based on Catholicism, the Catholic history of France, right?
I think so. I don't know, I haven't seen the show.
If that's the case, then what's the real version? Because there are still historical facts. I mean, our country was built on that. I don't see...
Here's what they'll say. Those are facts, but they're selectively highlighted or ignored. Depending on political interest and what message you want to get across to the viewer, you get the idea. The French revolutionaries did the same in 1789, rewriting history to legitimize themselves. And actually, that's kind of what all powers do. But in this case, them, the left, what they're saying is that the far right is presenting a version of the history of France to improve their image, gain legitimacy, and similar reasons. That's the idea.
What's wrong with that? I don't feel like, for example, when there's a movie with openly left-wing ideas, if it's labeled that way, there's really a boycott, an uprising from people on the right. I've seen movies about that. Recently, The Three Musketeers had a very feminist version. I think that's the one, but I didn't see it. But from what I hear... Well, after that, there were people who tweeted about it and all, but I didn't see any right-wing protest against it. If they want to share their version of history through that movie, let them. If the right wants to share theirs, let them as well. And then, after that, everyone consumes the content that they wants to see, even if it's not reality.
Hey, look, who's there? Bernard Lugan? Incredible, let's go talk to him. He's an Africa specialist. Why are you here today?
Oh, well, I'm simply here because I'm showing solidarity with the organisers of this event, which is really interesting. For me, when I hear La France Insoumise, the communists and others say not to go, I just go. It's that simple. It's the opposite reaction. No, and besides, it's an excellent idea. Because the history of Bourbonnais is an extremely rich one. People don't talk about the role Bourbonnais played in the history of France. And we've forgotten that. This is the heart of France, where it all began.
Remind us of that.
No, the Bourbons are from here. The Bourbonnais, the French monarchy, the state. Bourbon, Rexlambo, Moulins. This is where you are. Here, this is the heart of one of the most beautiful barracks from the time of Louvois. This is great France here. But nobody mentions it now. So young people reviving the Bourbonnais is a great story. And we can only support it. You saw how many people there are, by the way. I think there are more than 1,000 people on the waiting list. It's a great success.
Doesn't all this also have fascist overtones?
I don't see any fascist undertone. We're discussing history. Fascism is Italian. We're in Bourbonnais, so it's a French issue.
And yet, that's not what the far left says.
Well, I don't listen to what the far left says. I just slap them. I don't listen to what those people say.
No, because really, for them, actually because I listened to their speech, the idea is that a certain vision of the history of France is going to be presented here.
It certainly won't be the history of the creolization of France, that's obvious. It's going to be the real history of France, with our traditions, with who we are. No, but these people are extraordinary because until now they thought they had a monopoly on history, a monopoly on culture, and a monopoly on everything. And now they realize that it's slipping completely out of their hands. They are losing.
Oh, you think so?
They're losing, which is why they're gathering. It's going to be the landmark of post-Marxism from the 60s. It's the end for them. It's the end. And they'll become mean because of that. Yes, they're already mean. All right, that's it. No, yes.
I was really engaged in the speech.
No, but I don't have time.
It's fascinating.
No, but I don't have time. I'm going back up with my classmates and my friends, well, whom I haven't seen in years. In any case, well done.
And I'm not one of them?
Well, yeah, but they're not my siblings. All right, bye. See you soon.
Thanks anyway. That's nice of you.
And good luck. Bye.
Yeah, thanks.
Like we said in 14, we'll get them.
Now we see Algerians saying, well, you see, you colonized us. So now, well, the backlash is that we're here with you.
Well, when they tell us over there that here, we only have thugs. The police over there used to say, in France, you only have thugs. When they come to our country, they don't do 1/10 of what they do in yours. Here, we put them in their place right away.
Oh yeah? They really say that?
Well, yes, we're afraid the suburbs will rise up. That's all there is here. And we'll end up face to face.
You think so?
Well, that's exactly where we're headed. As soon as there's an incident, it ruins everything. We need to stop this weakness, this leniency. There's one, he tells me. Areski, he tells me. With my wife, we applied to go to Canada. I say, Areski, what you're doing isn't right. He tells me.
Why? I said elders died for independence, so make your country work. He said it's impossible.
I say, well, those in power, kick them out. And you take power. Let's make the country work. Impossible, impossible.
I say, you wanted independence, but we didn't want this? Hey, my man.
They're ashamed, so much so that they brought France down. Now they're ashamed of it because they're incapable of bringing it back up.
What do we need to do to bring it back up?
We have to work. Only work can save us.
Yes, but those who work feel like they're paying for everyone else who doesn't work, so it's not very encouraging.
Yeah, giving assistance to everyone doesn't work. No. In agriculture, I have 1,100 euros in retirement. Well, I get by with that.
1,100? That's not a lot, right?
Well, we make do.
In any case, that would be what comes closest to democracy, right? Is that everyone can share their opinions, their vision.
anyone can have their own show. I wouldn't mind having, for example, I don't know, one week the show has a right-wing perspective, the next a left-wing perspective. Why not? But why boycott? Well, besides, assuming that we're already not going to like it. You see, I want to tell those people, well, let them come and see. After that, they'll make up their minds, but they won't be able to boycott anymore. It will be based.
The left really thinks they're on the side of good with a capital G. So since they have a deep feeling that they're on the side of good, they believe their ideas must prevail, that they're superior to all the others. It's good, you know, it's good incarnate. And so it must be enforced, even by force, even by silencing others and so on. Because it's good, you understand? And that's the whole contradiction of the left that's in there, that's contained in this paradigm. Because it's considered good, it can be enforced through violence, force, silencing, or even guillotines. Yes, it's good achieved through evil, which complicates things. That's what the left is.
Yes, but you see, it's that they think the right way and we think the wrong way, where we would say, you think differently? Well, I say we. It's not an exact science. Everyone's situation is different. That's my view. But I'm open to their opinions. But then I don't agree. But there's no need to shoot ourselves in the foot with others. And that's it. Well, there's room for everyone, but only if everyone is tolerant.
Oh, look at this beautiful picture. Do you see that, Thomas? Those are people who are working.
They're freelance entertainers, Vincent.
We know them. They're people who don't work.
No, on the contrary, those are workers, while you're a...
Freelancer.
Slacker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the same.
Today, Gaul is calling us. Today, Gaul is no longer whispering. She is roaring.
Jean, I sensed a certainty I thought lost. If God guides you, then I must walk by your side.
Grandma, those Napoleonic battles were brutal.
Over the centuries, France has gone through wars, hardships, and despair, but always she has found the strength to rise again. Carried by the faith of her children, the courage of her heroes, and the light of her history, France remains unshakable, eternal.
So how was the show? Really? Biased or not biased?
The French Revolution was missing.
No French Revolution? Seriously? That's crazy. Really? I didn't see that coming. There was no French Revolution? None at all? Incredible. Oh, so there was no French Revolution. That's funny. So how was the show?
Not great.
Oh, really? Is that so? Okay. Hot. Good evening. How was the show?
Magnificent. Superb. Yes, superb.
How did the show go?
Very, very well.
Oh, yes.
So was it a far-right show?
But why? Is the history of France far right? Well, listen. Why far right?
Well, because there are fascist undertones throughout the history of France.
Fascist undertones? Well, come on, maybe you're the one who's a bit fascist, aren't you? And don't you think a whole year, a whole life, right-wing people, so-called far-right, don't they have to put up with far-left shows all year long? So why are they shouting? Do the others shout against far-left shows? No! I don't see why they're coming to shout about so-called far-right things. I didn't see anything far-right in there. It's the history of France, sir. Told honestly, simply, because it's not always honest. No? You don't agree with me?
What's being questioned is the selection of parts of French history
given how long French history is, we can't cover everything, right? Because if you start with Louis XI, Louis XII, Louis XIII, Louis XIV, Louis XV, Louis XVI, well, we'll still be here in 3 days, you know? So they probably just picked the ones who had the biggest impact on France, that's all. That's how I see it.
Because maybe we can skip over the French Revolution, the Communards, etc., and then put more emphasis on the Catholic side.
We see the Communards all day long, so we're not really deprived of them.
We haven't seen many of them.
But you see, that's the underlying criticism. You can hear the criticism and respond to it eventually.
But I'm not part of the show, I'm just a simple spectator, so I say what I think.
All right.
But I don't consider myself far right.
You're not someone extreme?
Extreme? No.
Ladies and gentlemen, what about this show?
Very long at the beginning. It took a long time to start.
To take off, yeah?
Yeah, but afterwards the result was amazing. I love how you can truly feel the heart of France. It's wonderful. Absolutely. It traces all the history, and I think you can really feel all the beauty of our France.
Was any part of French history left out of this show?
Well, I'm not very good at history, so...
How was the French Revolution?
It actually happened. We didn't hear much about it, which is probably for the best since it was a story. I think it's a very dark part of our history, so it's really good that it wasn't discussed much. We talked about it briefly and mentioned it, but didn't see it, which is probably best, that's all. We saw France's greatness, and that's wonderful. That's what we should remember, to tell ourselves that France is France and that it will never disappear. It will never be swallowed up by anything. We will always get back up. Even if it drops very low, it rises again, which is wonderful.
How did it go, gentlemen?
Ah, superb. Oh, yes, superb.
Was it a right-wing show?
It's a show that tells the history of France. I come from a left-wing background, so for me, it's simply the France I was told about as a child and that I love.
You didn't notice any particular ideological bias?
Oh, no, not at all, not at all. No, it's our history.
It's our history.
Which is neither left nor right, by the way.
No, it's the history of France that existed and was factual. That's it. No one can take our history away from us.
And it was shaped by all the French people, so French people from all backgrounds, of all religions. That's it. It was a beautiful story with beautiful murals. And then there was a family audience who were happy to experience this kind of show.
What does this story teach us over time?
It tells us to never despair and always move forward. And that we have to fight. That's wonderful. No, but it's true. It's a message of hope.
And we're not going to disappear. Our culture is not going to disappear.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's why we're fighting.
According to some narratives, Muslims are seen as not fully French.
No, but you're kidding. That we're responsible, that France is declining?
The gasoline was there. Imagine if it caught fire, you'd be happy. Do you think the mural was ideologically biased? You're not far right?
No, extreme, right?
Even beyond that?
Yeah, that's it. Always more.